it that stops people from organically doing this for themselves? And I keep thinking, is it
Right.
ego? Is it the need to be right? Because I think back to when, and I'm not a therapist, but for many, 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 many years, I was a trained investigator. And in nursing homes, I would investigate allegations of abuse. And when I'd have my findings and I'd bring it to the administrator, these are people that are allegedly there to care about somebody, and I'd point something out that's occurring, it would
Right.
be, yeah, but you don't know her family. And
Mhm.
and it was like all this stuff. And it's like, so is that the reason why you guys aren't giving her Medicaid? And it was so interesting because if I just hit them with, I need you to do this.
Right.
I need you to, they wouldn't do it.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. And so
So
I like where you're going with this. It's a really interesting question. And it also begs the question, why can't you ACH yourself? Why does
yeah,
an ACH work without a therapist? And I mean, to some extent, I can do it on myself at this point, but I still go to others because that's the whole funny, weird thing about the subconscious is it's walled off even from us. If we could unwall it in a flash, we would all be millionaires. We would all unlock all of our, abundance blocks and all of our pain and everything else, but we can't. So why is the human person built that way? I mean, what do you guys think of that? And it's in the next series of slides, so you might as well, you can either wait for later or answer it right now. But why are we made that way?
self-protection, I
Yeah.
guess.
And why is it self-protecting? How does it work? What is the subconscious really great at?
Hiding.
What?
Hiding. Oh,
Hiding, yes. But and why? Why does it hide? What does it want us to do when it's hiding?
Not look at it.
Yeah, but why? Like, what's the good of that?
to protect us.
Yeah, from what?
Yeah.
Or,
You're onto it. You're all onto it. The subconscious mind,
oh,
all it wants is for you to remain alive. And once you're alive, it wants you to remain yourself alive. And so
So
its view of who you are alive is really a facsimile of who you were yesterday. And who you were yesterday is a facsimile of who you were the day before. So the subconscious's main directive is replicate, 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 replicate. And replication creates patterns, which create habits, which create self-sabotage, which is why I'm in business. I mean, that's the bottom line. So what's the point of going to a professional hypnotist? Is I know how the subconscious works and I know how it's going to try to evade me. And I'm not worried about that because I know that if I let it be and don't fuck with it and don't pretend like, oh, I can help it, let me help you. If I just investigate it, then it will rise to the occasion and say, oh, it's a little stretched out now. It's not exactly a facsimile yesterday. Oh, let's do something else. But I have to give it that opportunity. And if I start to muddle with it or mess with it or prod with it, then it will tell me to go F off and the person will leave just as they arrive because that's what the subconscious is good for, replication. I mean, another piece that I just want to say that's very important is the subconscious, complex as it is quite juvenile.
yes.
It's not an adult like all of us sitting here. It's a child. And I mean, a child is extremely willing to learn new things, but not if you don't expose it. Like that's why it's so important to take children into the world and take them to even things they don't like and give them opportunity. Because if a child is held into a certain small box, which is what I believe and what our family believes and what tradition believes, they don't have any possibility to grow. And the subconscious is just like that box child. It only knows what it knows. And a professional hypnotist is meant to say, hey, but you didn't think of this. And hey, what about this? And not in a direct way by saying, and also you're a non-smoker. It's meant to, the way we do it here in ACH is by stretching out those beliefs that it's holding that keep you in that replication pattern until it itself says, oh, I didn't think of that, just like a child does. Like when I took my 6.5-year-old Scout to the Modern Art Museum 3.5 years ago, she saw the picture of the whale hunt, you know, on a big screen. She was like, Mom, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? So I told her, well, they're hunting the whale to get the oil and to eat it and whatever. And she was like, oh, that's so disgusting. I'm so not into that. And so I asked her, well, where do you think your hamburgers come from? And she was like, what? You never told me that we kill animals to make hamburgers. And guess what? She became a vegetarian that very day, and she never went back. That's kind of how the subconscious works, is like, but you didn't tell me that, but you didn't tell me that. Oh, now that I know that, I can expand. And that's what happened to her in that moment, was like, oh, I think I'll be a vegetarian. And now she is. And now I have to be one because she is. True story. That's a true story. But the subconscious is juvenile. It's only 7 or 8 years old, just like she was then. And the only way to give it more possibilities is to say, well, here's some more information. Here's some more. What do we do with more and more and more information? Oh, let's synthesize that into a new solution. That was a long-winded answer. Did that help?